Elon Mole is up to it again.
You know, he's not really being a mole this time. He's launching satellites.
So he's not digging?
No. And you will like the outcome. It's for internet everywhere.
Awesome. It'll be like a matrix of satellites.
Ooh, speaking of Matrix, did you hear that they're also working on a reboot of the Matrix?
Well, that's not entirely true. You'll just have to stay tuned and find out what was really said. Welcome to What Happened to the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show and podcast.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. And one of the first things I've noticed is going on in the world today is you are coming up with a lot of cool new pictures. However, the picture behind you looks fake. The way the lighting is hitting that looks like it's hitting a trailer that's in some kind of display in a museum.
It's not. You are actually looking at a bathroom.
That's just a bathroom.
Yes.
It says John on the door?
No. The door that you were looking at, I believe, says ladies.
Oh, okay.
Then,
where's this at?
Remember I did the, last week I did that wedding at the wedding. Oh, I didn't tell you that. I did a wedding at a wedding barn, which is awesome because that's what I'm building. And this gave me a chance to see one in actual operation. And instead of having the bathrooms indoors, they had this old, and yes, it is an old railroad car, and they turned it into a permanent outdoor bathroom fixtures.
So is it a big bathroom inside there, like with a seating room and everything with multiple stalls? Or
I did not go in the ladies' room, but half is men, half is ladies. The side that was the men's, obviously I went into, it had 2 urinals and 1 toilet and a sink.
So you could make it a little bit nicer, though, since the wedding one for the ladies.
Yes.
To have like a little seating area and a little table to touch up their makeup and all that stuff.
I think it probably did because it did look like it was more than half the unit. It looked like it was a third and 2/3.
Gotcha. Well, that's pretty cool. It's a clever idea.
I thought it was. It's too late for me because we've already spent the money for everything we've got. So,
well, you can still grow. I mean,
yes,
something to add on. I mean, well, you're already going to have bathrooms inside, though. You've already paid for that, right?
Correct.
Cool.
I have a bunch of other ideas of what we could do for outdoor stuff that would be cool.
Okay.
I think I told you I plan on putting a chapel on the top of the silo.
Yeah, and you came up with a name of it, and I gave you the name. Did you write the name down? Uh-oh, he's choking, folks. Go, careful. Dial 91. Oh, no. Okay.
No, I'm not that bad off. I just sort of swallowed wrong.
I hate when I do that. Man.
Yes.
Like, I never thought I'd have a drinking problem where I'd nearly kill myself because I don't know how to drink. But so what do you end up calling it?
Well, it's still not a done deal, but I think the one that you came up with was...
Yeah, you didn't write it down. We're going to have to go back and listen to the show. The barn at something's keep or something like that. Or
yeah,
the chapel at something's keep.
The Wizard's Keep.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we still got a couple different thoughts. So we're not going to open it until August, so...
Happy birthday to me. You name it after what I said. It's my birthday present. Save you some money.
Actually, for a birthday present, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you more donuts.
Nice.
That last show we did got me thinking about donuts, and it just will not stop. All week long thinking about donuts.
Well, that's okay. So, you know what we did today, or what I did today. It wasn't we, not you and I, not we and my family. It was me. I sat around all day waiting for our refrigerator to be delivered.
Ooh.
So.
Did it have donuts in it?
No, but I have room to put donuts now. So with the house we bought, we had the refrigerator came with the house.
Right.
And it started to freeze up. Now
okay.
It's an older GE that's no longer made. So I could probably get the parts, right? But I'm like, well, by the time I pay for a guy to come out and then fix it, we're probably in $300.
It's about right.
Right? So $300. So I'm like, well, for another $300, I can go. There's tons. And when I say tons is 2,000. There are tons of refrigerators around here that you can buy used.
Really?
I mean, yeah, amazing. Like if you guys don't believe me, go to like OfferUp or go to Let Go, and go put in a Las Vegas zip code, or say Las Vegas, Nevada, and you will see pictures and pictures. So we went to this one used refrigerator store.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, let's go take a look and see what they are, right? Kind of figuring, for another $300, double the money, I'll get a new used one, and we'll look at that because refrigerators are like $2,000, $3,000.
Well, yeah, for good ones, you get regular ones for $600.
Yeah, not really. Oh, you can get regular ones without water in the door and the over and the under. You can get those, yeah. But I'm talking about a side-by-side, 25 cubic inches with water in the door and ice maker and all that stuff, right?
Okay. So in other words, you're a little snooty. I get it now.
Well, yeah, I have one of the other ones in my garage already. So that's why I'm not panicking, or wasn't panicking, that I didn't have a refrigerator for 2 weeks. So it took us time to go take a look. So we go look, and we're like, yeah, let's go look. So we go look, but they're all the same year as the one that I have. They're all the older ones. And I'm like, well,
okay.
I don't. And they're like 500.
A whole store of old units. That's weird.
Yeah, 500. And well, people are upgrading to new ones, and they take the old ones, they fix them up, and then you
right.
You buy them, right? So $560 roughly, about an average price, not exact. So $560, I can get a new refrigerator. Well, new to me,
right.
But it's still an old one like the one I have, and they were all GE models like the one I have, with the same problem probably going to happen to that one.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe GE didn't have a warehouse there that went under and they just dumped it on the market at one point.
Right. Well, so did you ever notice, well, maybe you didn't because you don't have them out there, but if you ever move an area with a Lowe's or a Home Depot, all the spare parts and the faucets and all that, a good Lowe's and Home Depot will have all of the parts for what all the builders used in your neighborhood.
Correct.
So they have your models, right? So, if they bought Moen faucets for all the houses in the area, that's what they'd have, Moen replacement parts. Like some other place might have Delta. So they would use Delta replacement parts or something like that.
Because Delta is ready when you are, yeah.
So they bought a bunch of GE, the builders buy because the houses come with refrigerators.
Yes.
So they bought a bunch of these things, and now they're starting, and people are switching them out. So those are all the ones that are coming up on the market, which mine will probably end up in that same place. They will probably fix up mine and end up in one of these stores.
Right.
That somebody else can buy. So I said, all right, well, let's go over to the Sears outlet, because Sears still has an outlet, even though they're separating out from Sears proper.
Yes.
So the outlets are becoming a separate company. And they had Whirlpools and Kenmores, and they had easily, I'm going to say, let's see, 20 in a row, 20 refrigerators in a row times about 20 rows.
Wow.
So what is that, 800?
Yes.
So
400.
400?
20 times 10 is 200. You're right. So it's 400. Yeah. I have math.
Yeah. So they had 400 refrigerators in this place. Pretty good. Well, the first 100, well, not the first, but I would have to say about 150 of them were without water in the door or ice in the door, right? So that eliminated those. Then the next 200 were the ones with the French doors with the refrigerator underneath.
Freezer underneath.
Or freezer underneath, yeah.
That's and
here's why I don't like those. Because the stuff on the bottom of the freezer stays on the bottom of the freezer. And then like 2 years from now, you're going to go down and go, oh, that's where that went.
Yes.
Because you never get to the bottom of the freezer. Right? Now, do you have water and ice in your door?
I do not.
Okay. So yours was cheaper, but yours was still probably over $1,000.
No, we bought a Samsung. I want to say it was about $650.
Really?
Yep.
How long would you buy it? I can't find one of those now for $650.
Well,
without the water in the door.
Years ago.
Okay, well, maybe then they were. I don't know. But so those right now are going for like $1,000.
Right.
So we found a side by side, same size as ours, for $714.
Okay.
So we're like, okay. So the other one was $560. This is $714. So we're like, for $140 more, $160 more, let's just get a brand new refrigerator that's got a full 1 year warranty and everything, and just be done with it.
Right.
So go to get the water to hook up the water, and guess what?
Wrong size connections.
Even worse. There's no shutoff. Who the heck designs a house in this day and age with no water shut off? Well, no visible water shut off. There's the little wire, the little hose coming out of the wall with the little thing. No shut off.
All right. Vice grip to the rescue.
So I ran to the store. Well, I shut the water off to the house, ran to the store, got an inline shutoff valve and put it on there.
Good idea.
Turned the water back on the house and did that. But yeah, so that was my adventure for getting our new refrigerator.
Hey, you know what I like about adventures?
What do you like about adventures?
Some of them are in space, and you know how I feel about space stuff.
Oh, so we're talking about Elon Mole again? But he's not digging holes now with his boring whatever company, the boring company digging holes. Elon Mole is back in outer space.
He's doing something that I was wondering if anybody was going to do, because the government was originally going to do it, and then they said it's too expensive. They were going to leave it to private sector. And so, lo and behold, somebody's doing it. Good old Elon is putting internet beaming satellites up in space so that the entire planet will have Wi-Fi no matter where you are. That is freaking awesome.
Right. The Federal Communications Commission granted SpaceX permission to do this. But here's the thing. He is going to launch. So he launched 2 test ones to prove he could do it, right, in the low orbit.
Tintin A and Tintin B or something like that.
Yeah, Tintin, right? So now on this one, he's going to launch 60 of the satellites.
Yes.
On this one. Do you know how much this first constellation, the total number of satellites are needed to make up this first constellation to get to where you can get internet everywhere?
Well, I know that it's like 12,000.
Well, for the 2 together.
4,409.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
4,409 satellites. Then there's going to be a second constellation of another 7,518 satellites. Okay, so my question for you is, with all the debris and everything we have up there and then all these little football-sized satellites, because that's how big these things are, how are you going to be able to fly anything up there without hitting something? And how are these things not going to get taken out?
Okay, how
is this not the start of Skynet?
How do you drive in city traffic at 80 miles an hour with 10,000 other people?
There's accidents all the time.
Yes, there is. So that's what we're going to have. We're going to have boo-boos every once in a while. So these little football-sized satellites going to be hitting the ground? Well, no. What I'm thinking, because they never make it to the ground. They disintegrate.
No. They're in a lower orbit. I don't know if they'll burn up on the way back in. Remember, they're in a lower orbit. They're
in a lower orbit, but they still got to be out of the atmosphere or they won't stay in orbit. Once you hit atmosphere, you suck down. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, but I think that was the whole point.
So the thing is, though, what I'm envisioning in the future is there's going to be spaceship stations like auto shops in space for anything going up there that hits something like an accident. You just dock and they fix it for you.
Yeah,
space mechanic, right?
You're dead. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
I think it has potential.
Well, okay, so why didn't we think of the idea of selling Martian land? Did you see there's a company selling land on Mars?
Actually, no, I did not.
Yeah, there's a company selling land on Mars. You get a deed and everything, and it's registered with some company.
I find that hard to believe because I know that space is not open to the public.
Well, you could buy a star, or you name a star after somebody. Why not?
What you're buying. You're not buying the star. You're buying the right to name it.
Well, they're selling land. So let me see if I can find the article.
Yes,
here.
It's like all the sports stadiums. They're being named after corporations now.
Well, they're paying.
Same concept.
So here it is. It's called buymars.com. Mars.com. So buymars.com, you need to send us some information on buymars.com.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in the show subject for you.
I'll tell you something. I want beachfront. That's all there is to it.
So you can buy now. As seen on TV. It's been on Conan, NBC, CNN, and Fox News, right? Your standard package gets 1 acre of planet Mars land, a Martian deed. The map, our pledge, their pledge. I have no idea what the pledge says.
I pledge allegiance to Mars.
Registration with the IAOHPE. which is the International Association of Human Planetary Exploration. There you go. Don't miss out on the Planet Mars land rush. $29.95.
No ups, no extras.
No, there's premium packages.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, the extra one, you can get your landowner's name printed on the deed. And then I'm waiting for him to actually give you some samples of the land.
There you go.
That'll be impressive. Because we haven't brought any of that back yet. So good luck with that.
Or would also be cool is if they went out there and they put, what do they call those things when the miners, you had to put a stake, it was called a stake. You literally put a stake in there and you had your name on the stake and it was registered. I want my stake up there.
But yeah, this is the first company to possess a legal trademark and copyright for the sale of extraterrestrial property. But it's within the confines of our solar system.
Okay.
You'd be purchasing a worthless piece of paper if you are not purchasing Planet Mars land.
All righty.
Crazy, huh? It's just crazy.
Speaking of crazy.
In fact, we're running out of time again?
Yeah, way past our normal time.
What?
We need to get our general positivity message done.
Okay, well, I don't know if I would have led with Maya Angelou being crazy. That's kind of rude.
I didn't say that was crazy. I said, speaking of crazy, we're crazy late.
Okay. Crazy late. All right. Well, tell me what Maya Angelou had to say for
I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
So people will forget those Mars people selling land. They will forget that you really can't give me a deed to Mars property, but I have it. So there you go.
And I feel cool.
I feel cool because I own Martian land. So speaking of making people feel good on how you feel, how do you even say the director's name?
Well, I don't know. What is the director's name? I know he's talking about the Wachowski brothers.
Yeah.
But,
Chad Stahelski.
There it is.
Stahelski.
Yeah, I'm going to say Stahelski.
Chad Stahelski.
Yep. So
he was misquoted, though. Did you see that?
I did.
So the quote was that John Wick's Chapter 3 director, Chad Stahelski, says that the Wachowski brothers, or the Wachowski siblings, are working on a new installment in the series of The Matrix.
Yes.
That's not what he said. What he said was, if they were going to do this, well, I'll say what he said, then I'll go back to get it back into context, right? Because it's out of context.
Yes.
If they were going to do a reboot, he would be willing to direct it, The Matrix.
Yes.
But what's going on is they're talking about all the reboots that are going on, right? So you got all these reboots that are making tons of money, right? Disney's rebooting Star Wars. They're going to add more stuff like that. Yeah, everything and anybody, the Marvel stuff's all rebooting everything. What else is coming up with reboots? Well, John Wick 3.
Yes. I cannot wait to see that. I'll tell you something. I'm not a huge fan of gratuitous blood and guts. I don't mind gratuitous sex, don't get me wrong, but the blood and guts part is really kind of annoying. It reminds me of the old 70s movies like Rambo and stuff like that, where one man is being shot at by hundreds of people and he only gets nicked here and there, but yet he kills hundreds of people. It doesn't work like that in real life. But then again, this is Hollywood.
Oh, Wachowski is sisters, Lana and Lily. They're not brothers.
Ooh.
You sent me down the wrong pipe there. Lana and Lily Wachowski are closing the Chicago production office and putting it up the space for sale. There you go.
The things you learn by reading faster than I do.
Well, you sent me down the wrong path. I just
That's okay. It made the show more exciting.
No, it didn't.
No, I just was happy because I enjoyed the Matrix series, and I also enjoyed the John Wick series. So I thought it'd be cool to have another Matrix.
Yeah, it would be if it was done well.
Yes. I would have to say at this point, in order for Keanu Reeves or even some of the people they were talking about be in this movie, they wouldn't do it unless they thought it was going to be good.
Sure.
It's pretty rare when big stars go with flops. Ishtar, Waterworld.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but didn't he write that? Didn't he write Waterworld? Wasn't that his deal?
Yes, it was. And this is what really irritates me. I enjoyed that movie tremendously. I mean, it could have been better.
It was a good movie. I liked it.
It was. And Ishtar was actually kind of funny.
Better than Dancing with Wolves.
Yes. So, but hey.
Hey. Again, hey. So speaking of Matrix, I thought we would do some kind of through the looking glass type thing. And the phrase I thought of was through the looking glass.
Okay.
Right? So,
sure.
So a lot of people think that Through the Looking Glass is the name of the play for Alice after, well, Carroll wrote it after he wrote
right.
Alice in
Wonderland, right.
Right, Through the Looking Glass, where Alice found the sequel, right? But it was alternative university. But it means that things are not where they should be, right?
Yes.
So when you look through the looking glass, the looking glass is referred to as a mirror, things all appear backwards. So,
yes.
So the right way to look at the phrase through the looking glass means you should look at things differently, sometimes backwards, than where they were, which is kind of like we might have been, this would have been a good one when we had Madman on the show, because he talked about things backwards and frontward is sometimes, I forgot what his quote was. But that's what the looking glass means, right? Sometimes looking at things backwards
yes,
is the way to look at things.
And it's more interesting with their palindromes.
Right? And Maya Angelou believed in that, right? Because she worked with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., because if you look through racism and that through a looking glass, everyone's the same color. It doesn't matter.
That is right.
So kind of ties it all in for the whole show there, doesn't it?
Yay, you're so good.
I am good. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
please subscribe, like, watch our other shows and channels. Go to whathappened.world. On whathappened.world, you can find everything you need to connect with us. Facebook, Instagram. Find Fun Guy the Entertainer cooks for you. Go out there and see what the lovely dishes Scott is cooking up and see what's going on there. And with that, I would like you to live every day. And we will see you, or you'll hear us on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.